Hey folks, Quilly18 here. We're starting 10 seconds early with the Wednesday live stream. How's everyone doing today? Let's get the main screen turned on right away. Happy holidays, everyone. We are smack dab between solstice and Christmas, which is always very exciting for me because, oops, that's not what I want to move. I want to move, no. That was weird. My mouse was right on top of my photo, but it did not want to grab that. Because it's good, because in, we kind of celebrate both. So, you know, double the fun for me. I gotta make more friends with more varied holidays because I want to celebrate all the things all the time. So for those who haven't noticed or haven't seen it on Twitter or haven't followed it on Discord, this Saturday we are 100% going to be starting a Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines run in preparation for Bloodlines 2, whenever that comes out. I have no idea what the current release date for Bloodlines 2 is, but it is high time. We're committing every Saturday. We are going to be playing Bloodlines, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, until we finish the game and get a proper sort of canonical version of our story for moving into Bloodlines 2. So that's going to be on Saturday. Today, wasn't sure what we're going to do. Went on Discord, got a few suggestions. Someone said, per Aspera. I thought, didn't we finish it on Saturday? I forgot. No, we're not actually done per Aspera, although I think we're damn close. I was like, you know what? I would like to finish it. I've actually been playing on my own. I started another campaign on my own to, you know, so that I can play and see different outcomes, and also, like, you know, learned a lot of things. Well, applied some of the things we learned from playing this to the other run, and holy crap, is it ever going at warp freaking speed? You know, after learning a few important lessons somewhere along the way. So we're going to be applying it here. I mean, we've basically been reset with this base because, so for those of you who haven't been around for the last couple of streams, we've killed all humans. We officially went down the road of being a rogue AI, and it started us off with a new base. Basically, we're taking over as Carmine, our Carmine version of the personality over here, and it gave us the space over here, and what we had to do is we had to wipe out all humans. We literally had to destroy our old base completely. We had to wipe it from the surface of Mars. And we did. So all the humans on Mars have been, I mean, maybe not killed. Maybe they escaped while we tore the base apart. In fact, I think there's actually a flavor text note about something like that. The humans having been, you know, sent away on their launch pads. The game doesn't actually say that you kill all humans, but I mean, I don't know. Anyway, no one grieves for the stupid meatbags. So now our current mission is simply to build a seed ship. We are going to spread our AI and stuff throughout the galaxy, and look for other places where life might just flourish, and hopefully not repeat the mistakes of humanity, which sounds pretty good. Encourage them to leave via death. Exactly. Can't spell Carmine without Amy. That's the thing with starting a new campaign. Like, the very first piece of dialogue that you interact with is you're supposed to hit a button for Amy's reaction on Mars. And when you do that, one of the words she uses to describe Mars is literally Carmine, which is a word for red. And I was like, oh my god, they really, really dropped the Carmine hint, like, immediately, which is amazing. Thank you very much for the gift subs, Kana. What we're going to do is we're going to unpause over here, and we're going to let it start going a little bit so that, because I'm hoping we can finish this today. We shall see. There's little fire icons. I think it's because of our oxygen level. There's quite a lot of oxygen. Actually, we're at 42% oxygen in the atmosphere. So I think there is a fire risk. We're not doing any more terraforming, so hopefully some of that just bleeds away. I don't know. Or maybe if there is a fire, it'll just, you know, the fire will burn off some of the oxygen. So fingers crossed about that. Hopefully we will see. But yeah, we don't need any O2. We don't need anything as far as I know. So we are a little short on power. Still, we are needing to finish these fission plants, which should be okay because we have all the material. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and updo the 2 fission plants, have them finish up. We'll be okay. I think it's one of those things where this base that we've inherited here is generally going to be generating enough power, but it fluctuates a little bit depending on how cloudy it is and how windy it is. Once we get these 2 fusion plants up or fission plants up, we're going to be a-okay. Hey, quiet Tony! Woo, done with work for the year and managed to make the stream despite no Discord notifications. Well, I'm happy you're here, Tony. Yeah, the notifications don't always work. Yeah, the Stardew Valley 1.5 update is interesting. So, okay, here's the thing. What kind of tech do we need at this point? I'm going to suggest that we don't need any biotech whatsoever. We don't care about that at all. So, for engineering, I mean, fusion plants might be good. A higher building limit. I mean, not that we're anywhere near the building limit now. For space, nitrogen, we don't care. Magnetic dipole shield. See, this is probably, yeah, shield the planet from solar radiation. I don't think we care about that at all either. And currently, our launch pad limit is very high, so we don't have to worry about unlocking this. It might be, I suspect it might be a good idea to boost our military, because who knows, humanity might still be a huge pain in the ass. So I'd say we go ahead and prepare to murderfy them in the face. What I'm going to do is I'm going to level up our drones first, and because that'll sort of passively boost ourselves, and then we'll see what else we can do. So I'm just waiting for these 2 fusion plants to finish, and I do have them updated. In terms of priority, the worker factory is also updated, although right now we have more workers than we do maintenance drones, which is kind of interesting. Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 1 Twins Who Own a Nightclub. Yes, yes it is. There was another Vampire Masquerade game. Why can't I remember the name of it right now? It came out before, it was older, and it's not as highly regarded. I think for good reasons, although I did enjoy the playthrough of it at the time. Reckoning, maybe? Yeah. This was in my pre-YouTube days or anything like that. I did enjoy it. It was more of a linear... Well, I mean, Vampire Masquerade is also a linear story. Like, it's funny, right now there's a bunch of people who are arguing that Cyberpunk 2077 isn't a real RPG. It's like, you explain to me how Cyberpunk and Vampire the Masquerade: The Bloodlines are different in terms of being or not being an RPG, and I'll be very impressed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to deprioritize this one, actually. If they want to steal the uranium from this one to put it in there, I'm going to be A-okay. There was a few other constructions queued up, mostly a few mines. There's one over here. I don't want to really cancel it, because it is actually in a good spot where we're definitely going to want it. We've already gone through the trouble of bringing some stuff there, but it would be nice if the priorities actually happen. Like, look at steel. See, I put a priority over here. There's steel being brought over here. I want it there. Come on. Get your priorities straight. Still don't know exactly how all the logic for the placement is in here, but we'll see. Minus 103 power. See, just there we go. Fission plant is online. I'm going to go and prioritize the second one now, just to, again, hopefully get it the most love. As soon as these are up, I'm going to build a bunch of hyperloops. So that's one of the things that we thought, we sort of started to figure out, like, at the end of the game on Saturday, that, like, the way we're using hyperloops sort of a highway isn't really it. You want to use it as a larger version of this grid and actually be quite dense as opposed to far apart. And so I just want to make sure we have some excess power over here, which actually we're still running negative right now, which is a little disappointing. Maybe I'll have to build one more fission plant before I go and start plopping down the hyperloops. Getting the hyperloops going will dramatically improve the workflow of our network here, but we need to make sure we've got enough power for it. So I'll put another fission plant. Doesn't really matter where it is. I mean, the closer to the middle it is, the faster it'll build. I don't think we have to worry about flood zones. I don't think the water's going to go up anymore. So I'll build it over here. So it might take a little longer to build because it's slightly further out of the way, but I don't want to... I want to make sure to leave some middle spots for our hyperloops. Speaking of endings, suggest letting the kill switch activate on a run or save branch. Well, yeah, Doc, what I'm going to do, I think, next time... so in my personal game that I've got going on, I want to try the other path. So what I'm going to do... when it comes down to it, like, which the other path, well, there's two really. There's, you know, the sort of Houston path of letting the kill switch, and then the Eastern UN path of doing the override. So I'll do a save there in my version and see what they all are, and we'll see how that goes. Hey, Grim Touch. So yeah, power's positive, but not as much as I'd hoped. So this is the only construction project. Things should come over here. I think after this one is up, how much power does these things theoretically give us? Only 100, which I would hope for a little bit more. How much do the hyperloops cost? Let's get more drone speed. The hyperloops cost... Oh, only 2 power. Yeah, okay, so they're dirt cheap. I think it's still a good idea to get this one fusion plant up, or fission plant up, just so that we have that buffer. Because again, you can see our power fluctuates a little bit, because we do have a little bit of solar and wind. Yeah, wind, solar, so some mix over there, so the power fluctuates a bit. So get this one to finish, and then it's going to be Hyperloop City, baby. Mm-hmm. Well, we're not going to need as many batteries if we've got the fission plants. I think we've got a few batteries in here. I mean, we may not, actually. Well, we have a little bit because there's a 2,000 buffer, which ain't much. But we're going to be standardizing on fission plants for the actual base of our power. So, we'll see. We do tend to still build solar power when we're expanding out, just because it's a cheap way to kind of expand our borders. And if it turns out a fair amount of our power is coming from solar in the end, then, you know, we'll add a little bit more, but we'll see. Okay, so that's there. Great. So now what I want is hyperloops. And actually, I don't remember. Had we queued up a few hyperloops? No. I'd done the areological sensors, but no, we'd be able to see some lines over here. So I'm going to put one in the middle, and I'm going to kind of put 4 corners over here. And yeah, these are like nowhere near. How come you're not plopping down? There it is. Nowhere near the max range of these hyperloops. But that's okay. Because it turns out this really helps with the flow through, and you want as many interconnections as possible with these hyperloops. Don't be cheap with them. They're not the cheapest to necessarily build. This is not too bad, though. 5 of basically all the resources. And then to build the actual roads, you need some more steel and... Steel and iron? Steel and aluminum? You need something else to actually build the tunnel connections. But man, oh man, is it worth it. And I don't mind plopping all 5 of these down simultaneously because, like... Sometimes you want to prioritize one thing to get built as soon as possible, then the next thing as soon as possible, sort of in a sequence. Here they can build in parallel because they all need to be up for it to be practical, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, thermal power plants is good. We don't actually have any thermal little thermometers over here, but we did put down a couple of our scanners to hopefully spot them, or another area. Now, the other thing that I discovered that wasn't part of our Let's Play, like we discovered the right way to do hyperloops right at the end of our Let's Play on Saturday. But the thing that we didn't do in there is spamming the additional launch sites. So in my personal Let's Play, I think I have 3 launch pads just permanently spamming out additional landing sites. Because when you put down the additional landing site, which shows up as a button over here when you've got one, so it puts down a little building. It's like your starting building. It's a little building with a little bit of power and 1 drone and a little bit of material. It also, and I didn't realize that, it basically spawns an aluminum, an iron, a silicon, and a chemical and a water site. So it spawns all the resources you need to bootstrap a new base. And you can plop down a bunch. If there's an area, if you want, like, when you're doing the mission and you're like, oh, I have to go over here to build this. I thought, well, I'm not going to build one and it's going to be slow and annoying. Slap down like 3 or 4 of those suckers in the same area, and it builds up a new base like almost instantly. It's insane. So I just started abusing the crap out of that. And what I would do is I'd even go like, landing site, landing site, landing site, landing site. I would use that to build sort of roads to places if I did want to connect them. Or, you know, I'd plop it down over here to get the additional base, get that set up, and then plop a few in between the two to get the connections going, and then overlapping hyperloops and things like that. It made such a difference. All right, let's connect these hyperloops here. Over there. The only ones that are built. Yeah, just these 2 are the only ones that are built. So, but we'll get the connection going. And that's the thing. Actually, getting the connection going might be more important than connecting the other hyperloops. Homicidal AI on Mars, please makes me want to play more Eclipse Phase. What's Eclipse Phase? I don't think I've played that. Yeah, I know. I don't know if there's anything I can do about the fire. I think what it does is just burns through some of the maintenance. This thing just got maintained. So I think it just needs that. It requires... this is a scanner. It was having the fire icon. Now it's got a repair icon. I think that's it. I don't think it burns down the buildings unless you don't have enough maintenance, maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't experienced the actual effect of the burning, other than I suspect it consumes some of the maintenance. So we'll set you up over there. You're also going to complete this. And actually, this probably reaches over here. Oh, no, not quite, but that's okay. That's what we've got the middle one for. So at some point it'll come up. And yeah, the discovery that the hyperloops, these connections can only carry one thing at a time, meant like, and it's not that the hyperloop station itself. The hyperloop station can handle any amount of traffic. It's just each connection can only move one good at a time. So the more connections you have, the much better things are. Oh, Eclipse Phase Tabletop RPG. Oh, Post-Singularity Tabletop RPG. I've never played it. Transhumanist tabletop RPG with existential horror. Sounds like fun. Sounds like a good time. So once these hyperloops are up, this base is just going to be like just going crazy with production. It's going to go so much better. And then I think what I'll do is I'll build a ring of hyperloops on the outside over here too. It's going to make such a difference for moving resources around. I mean, we could upgrade some roads as well, which wouldn't be bad, but really it's going to be from the Hyperloop to maybe like a couple of neighboring buildings, and that's really all we have to worry about. It's interesting that we have a steel factory over here and it's not near any of the useful mines. I mean, I guess there's an iron mine here, so we'll upgrade the connection between the iron mine and the carbon... Oops. Well, actually, no, that's just priority. Like that as well. So we can move the resources a little bit faster, but also if we put a Hyperloop in this area, that wouldn't be too bad. Is the thing in the middle up? Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect to here. Thank you, Assault Drone Factory. I'm going to level up the military to the next level so that we can raise our Assault Drone cap. There you go. That's going to make such a difference for the efficiency of our base. Have more time to play. How much difference would you say last patch made? I think the last patch made a huge difference. We noticed a huge boost to the productivity or base after the last patch. And then on top of that, we like figured out like better ways to use hyperloops and stuff, and that also proved to make a big difference. Hey, Bale! Wait, where's my there we go. My recent event list. Load faster. Hey, Quill, I've been enjoying Aspera a lot. Thanks to you for playing it. If you don't continue the game here, will you post the other paths on YouTube, please? And an important question: why are there no cats on Mars? Because curiosity killed them all. I'm not gonna do the other paths. I think as a YouTube thing. I'm just enjoying the game, playing the game for fun. We're gonna complete this one. That's gonna be okay. But yeah, the other paths I don't think, because I'm just playing it while watching some Netflix, while dealing with emails and stuff like that. So it's just for me, the other paths. But, this is maybe I don't know if it's the most exciting path, but it's certainly the most dramatic one. So it was probably the best to do as a Let's Play. No regrets. Okay, now that the Hyperloops are at least getting there, we're going to get started on a spaceport. And yeah, what's nice here as well, I've been paying more attention to this. This spaceport here, for example, will have a direct connection to the Hyperloop. Right? And so I've been trying to place buildings and in such a way that the paths they create... First, I want more paths, because again, it actually helps with traffic flow. And as often as you can get a direct connection, the better. Death to meat bags. Yeah. I mean, humans ruin everything. We know this. We've experienced the problem that is humans. Better to just get rid of them all. Save the trouble. Oh, I think before I was looking at the maintenance count over here for what we were over. I mean, we can probably still use some more workers. We do have a pretty good worker hub density in this base. This screen is still not, like, the most informative of all things. It's not bad, but it's not the end-all and be-all. What we're going to do, too, is we're going to upgrade the ways from this Hyperloop over to this spaceport over here as quickly as possible. And I don't think there's a storage depot in this base. I don't think we really truly need it. But what I'm going to do next to this Hyperloop over here, I'm going to get a storage depot so that things can be, if there's an overflow somewhere, it can just be stored out there, and anything that's in there can be offloaded pretty quickly. I'm going to keep going for the assault drone stuff, just to make sure we're okay. Oh, this thing is rubble. Oh, but it hasn't been cleared. I think I canceled this one. I think I was like, oh, we don't really need this one. This one was already done, so like, well, we'll leave it up, even though it's not really doing anything terribly important for us. At some point, it'll probably be useful. We'll hop over the chasm in some way. We shall see. Yeah, Voronoi diagram, yeah. And I've always loved the graph stuff. I mean, all pathfinding in games is always graphs, even if you don't see it. But here, it's like a little bit more explicit. Oh, you mean this? Yes, these zones. Yes. So this middle zone is only being serviced by one worker. I think we absolutely want another worker hub in this center area. Something like that. In fact, I think I'm going to update it, because, yeah, this drone here is working way too hard. I mean, he's... Currently, is he just moving? Oh, shit! I didn't realize the worker hubs act as stockpiles. Do we really need stockpiles? This worker hub has everything in it. This might be a side effect of when we inherited. They may have just preloaded us with a bunch of resources and put them there. But look at this! This one worker hub has all the things in it. And so now they're moving everything to there. I don't know. But we can into space now, which is great. So the seed ship fleet is there, but we can do additional landing sites, which actually I'm going to start with this. And then I'm going to put some more launch pads down, and I'm going to build a bunch more additional landing sites. It's going to be, it's going to set us up nicely for this expansion, and then I'll have them working together on the seed ship. Yeah, I don't think a hub can normally do that either. All buildings can temporarily store a little bit of stuff. Each building has a little bit of storage available to it, which is how the goods move, right? The goods get carried by a drone to a building, dropped off there, then the next drone comes over, picks it up, and then continues moving it along the way. So every building can act as a container. I think they normally have fairly small limits, and I think it's just because of what we inherited here that this thing is overloaded. Okay, at least this zone here has now been split in two, which isn't so bad. It's still a fairly large zone. I think we could use a worker hub over here, and maybe one kind of over here. That should, I think, help some things out as well. Good, good, good. And otherwise, I mean, in terms of resources, we're doing okay. I mean, some numbers are going down, but we still have a lot of it, and it might just be temporary because of construction. We might want warm research, but honestly, I'm not really feeling like any other research we have is missing and hurting us for not having it. Motorsports Manager is on sale on Steam right now for like under $5. I mean, I know that's under £5, but that probably translates to exactly $5 US or something. Yeah, man, if you don't have Motorsport Manager, it's a fun little game. Especially when it gets that cheap. The area around the spaceport understaffed. Yeah, we could probably use another one over here too. Something like that. This poor worker over here, all he's doing is moving these goods back and forth into this storage center. So this hasn't really done anything for us, but I mean, maybe long term for other goods that'll be in there. Okay, I would like a bunch more spaceports. What we're gonna do, how's the scanning coming along? Okay, so there's not really much in the way of resources here, so we could actually build a few more things. So what my plan is gonna be here is I'm gonna get a hyperloop here. And here. Worker hub. Worker hub. Here. And here. Lots of interconnections. We may as well just assume we're going to want to hook up that chemical plant. That's going to be okay. We'll let that get built up. How's the power over here? Okay, lots of power in this area. How's the maintenance over there? I think it was all being covered. Whoa! Yeah, why do we have super long-range maintenance? Pump CO2? Yeah, you're right. If we pump CO2, it would lower the O2 percentage. Right now, the fires don't seem to be an actual problem, so we might just ignore it. And then once these hyperloops are up, and actually I think what I'll do is we'll build the connections as well. Then I'm gonna get at least one launch pad next to each one of these hyperloops. Why does Carmine have food production? I know we have food, but I think it's been static. Yeah, just sitting at 450. I think the game, it may have just started us with 450 of all resources or something. I bet is exactly what the situation was. So we just have the food because it was just coded to give us, you know, a little bit of everything. It's whiskey and chocolate. Hold on one sec. There. I guess we don't necessarily need anything else right there. What is this? It's Ping! Hey, Ping! Dang it, Quill, your Cyberpunk stream took me over the fence and made me buy it. I've been playing it so much I forgot to renew my subscription time. Oh no, my wallet hates you, but I sure don't. Thanks, Ping! Yeah, so the resub of 49 months just coming in now for Ping. Oh, I'm sorry if it broke your streak. Remus at 6 months, thank you as well. Yeah, half a year. McRabo at 6 months. Bale Vala at 36 months, a 3-year Twitch anniversary from Bale. Voodoo Lilium at 7 months. Toja at 5 months says Applejack is almost done. We'll drop you off some after the lockdown. Ooh, Applejack is like an apple cinnamon like moonshine kind of thing, right? Am I thinking that correctly? Because I've certainly had something called Applejack before, and that's what it was, and it was delicious. TL Branch at 11 months, almost a 1-year Twitch anniversary. Mayorn at 23 months, almost a 2-year Twitch anniversary. Warrior at 17, nearly 18 months. Just saying, it's a good number over there. And yes, I've never played Clip Saves Warrior, but I'm going to have to check it out now.